A former Israeli military intelligence chief says Iran now has everything it needs to build a nuclear bomb. That comes as the chairman of the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff makes his first visit to Israel today, but it may not be a friendly one. That's because there's word of a rift forming between the U.S. and Israel over a military strike on Iran. Here's Chris Mitchell from Jerusalem.
Prior to Dempsey's meeting, some reports suggested the U.S. is pressuring Israel so it won't attack Iran's nuclear facilities without U.S. approval. Israeli Major General Amir Eshel addressed but did not deny those suggestions earlier this week.
We have a very intimate and deep professional discussion with the U.S. militaries and the defense establishment.
Former Israeli ambassador to the U.S. Zaman Shoval says those bilateral discussions will be important.
Because there may be a certain debate going on between experts, Israeli experts, American experts, whether the Iranians are 1 year away from a bomb or 2 years away from a bomb.
U.S. and Israeli intelligence may not agree on Iran's nuclear timetable, but two recent announcements have raised the stakes between Iran and the West. First, Iran announced it would start enriching uranium in this underground facility at Fordow. This makes a potential military strike much more difficult. Iran also said it would close the strategic Straits of Hormuz if the U.S. and EU implemented severe sanctions against Iran's oil exports. If Iran did try to close the straits, they would likely use these short-to-ship missile batteries equipped with Chinese Silkworm missiles, seen in these exclusive CBN News satellite photos. They're located at Abu Musa, one of the islands Iran controls in the Straits. Meanwhile, Russia announced this week that it would stand by Iran in case of any attack. Russia's outgoing ambassador to NATO, Dmitry Rogozin, told reporters, "Iran is our neighbor, and if Iran is involved in any military action, it's a direct threat to our security." Even so, Iran remains a potential threat to Israel's very existence and a deadly danger to other countries as well. General Eshel said if Iran gets a nuclear bomb, it could change the world. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.